Hi everyone, I'm Meredith and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so excited that you found me, and if you're returning, I'm so grateful you've decided to come back and watch more. I love all things luxury. I love luxury shoes, I love luxury handbags, luxury lifestyle and vlogging, and if they're things that appeal to you, I hope you'll do me a massive favor and hit that subscribe button down below. Today I wanted to do a chatty video around luxury exhaustion and is it a real thing? So I'm in the midst of filming a few videos today and I've got my coffee, so I thought I'd just come here and, you know, have a little chat with you guys. So let me first preference this conversation by saying this is most assuredly a first world problem. I understand much bigger problems in the world. I get that, I do. But this is a luxury YouTube channel and I'm going to talk about all things luxury, and I think luxury exhaustion is something that a lot of us feel at different times, or maybe all the time these days. So I did want to have a conversation about it. I also want to say I am not complaining. I am most certainly not complaining about my life, my lifestyle, the access that I have to certain things, and at any given time I can cut myself off from the whole luxury community and my sales associates, and that's fine. I have that right to do that. I have that ability to do that. So I am most certainly not complaining. But I do recognize that when you exist in this luxury space or this luxury bubble as such, that you can experience luxury fatigue or exhaustion around that. And I feel like it's getting worse. So my journey, like a lot of people's journey into luxury, started with print media. It started with magazines like Vogue. And in those days, you got a copy of Vogue like once a month. So your knowledge around luxury products was only updated every month. What was coming out, what collections were happening, that was really all you had. And then as we moved to social media, it became much more prevalent that they could, that luxury houses could update you so much more quickly. You had access to information more quickly, and we started to feel this ramp up. And then we had luxury YouTube, obviously, where you get information constantly. And as a YouTuber, you are constantly trying to be on top of it because otherwise you're behind. So as soon as you get information, you try and get it out to you guys so that you guys have the information, but then you've got it straight away and you are on this hamster wheel all the time because there is always stuff coming. We also have seen the rise of more and more collections being released. So we've gone from having spring, summer and autumn, winter to having spring, summer, autumn, winter, pre-fall, pre-spring, métier d'art, we have capsule collections, we have collaborations, we have everything. It is constant. There are some luxury houses like Louis Vuitton where you can get on their website almost weekly and there is a new product. So there is so much more consumption because there is so much more access to new things, and it really does become this whole hamster wheel where you're on it all the time. You're being exposed to new things all the time, and there has been much discussion in the luxury community around, is luxury becoming fast fashion, because there are so many releases and you do have access to new products all the time, and there is just so much stuff. So from my perspective, I sometimes feel like in this bubble, and I really do live in this bubble a lot of the time. Yes, I have outside interests, I have children, I have a company to run, but because I am a YouTuber in this space, and I do feel the need to consume so much around luxury, I really feel like I live in the bubble and I step out to do other things. Whereas if you're just a consumer, or just someone who buys luxury, you might feel like you live outside the bubble and you step into the bubble. So as someone who is in this bubble and has sales associates, like yesterday I had 4 sales associates talking to me on text at different times of the day. Now I am grateful that they talk to me. I'm grateful they try and keep me up to date. I am lucky to be in that position. But sometimes, like I had a busy day at work yesterday, so some days I feel like I am being pulled in all directions. First world problem. First world problem. I also recognize that sales associates are trying to do their job. Their job is to present the latest collections to their clients, so their clients have access to them, so their clients aren't in their face going, hey, you didn't tell me about this. And they're obviously trying to make sales also. So I recognize that sales associates are just doing their jobs. And if I said to any one of my sales associates at any time, I just need a break, don't send me new stuff. And I have done that previously in the lead up to my wedding. I said to some of my favorite sales associates, I need you to stop sending me new stuff because I need to concentrate on paying for this ridiculously expensive wedding that I'm having. So, and they were fine with that. They're like, you let us know when you're ready to come back. But it is so constant. There is always something new coming out. Brands like Hermes are still very traditional in their releases. They will only do releases, a couple of times a year. So they don't have all these extra capsule collections. They don't have all these collaborations. They don't try and do so many collections in a year. They're very traditional in that way. And for me, that probably works. I like the quietness of Hermes, not to be confused with quiet luxury, just the quietness of how often they release and how they release. Whereas Louis Vuitton is so constant. There's always something new. And now we're finding with them, even their capsule collections are coming in drops. So we had Kusama in 2 drops. We had By the Pool in 2 drops. Like, they're not even just releasing it as a single capsule collection. It is now coming in bits over drops. I don't know if that's a marketing strategy or if that's a production thing. So they can't make so many things all at once. So they have to split it over 2 drops, or if they're just trying to keep the hype around that collection for longer. But capsule collections aren't even what they used to be. Capsule collections used to be a couple of pieces and that was it. And now capsule collections are whole collections. They're so big. We've just seen the resort runways come out. Like, that's a whole collection. There's resort. There's yet another collection. It's exhausting. And I'm interested to know, does anyone else feel this exhaustion? Is it just because I am in this bubble that I feel this exhaustion and that's playing the major role in it? Or do we all feel this exhaustion? Do those of us who consume luxury content all feel a little exhausted? I don't know about anyone else. To me, it comes and goes. And we've seen a lot of luxury YouTubers talk about changing direction or needing to move away from the luxury content or needing to take a step back, or they're not buying as much, or they're approaching it in a different way. And there's been a lot of conversation around, is luxury YouTube dead? I think luxury YouTube is exhausted. I think people on YouTube get exhausted after a while by the whole hamster wheel of the luxury environment in which we are trying to present content. So I don't think people are over luxury YouTube. I think luxury YouTubers are exhausted sometimes, and that is why they step back. Not because their channel isn't doing well necessarily, or because they've got other interests, but sometimes they're just so consumed by everything that is going on in this space. I imagine they get tired like I get tired. So I'm really interested to know in the comments down below, is this something that you feel as a consumer? Do you feel exhausted by the whole luxury landscape at the moment? Are you tired of seeing release after release after release? And with that comes price increase after price increase after price increase. So I'm really interested to start this conversation and have this conversation and know if I am just feeling this because of the YouTube space and the needing to be on it all the time and plugged into so many different social medias. Like, I follow all the major fashion houses, and yeah, I sometimes wonder, like, I need a holiday, like I just need to stop for a couple of weeks and then come back to it and reset. Or is this just the world that we now live in? We've gone from, in my grandparents' day, having newspapers that were printed and you were reading news that was a few days old, because by the time it got to us and was printed in the newspaper, that took time, to, telephones that gave us more instant information. And now we have social media, which is constant, this 24-hour news cycle, this 24-hour release of information. They're being tapped into everything all the time. And it's not just in this luxury space that we feel that. We feel that in all areas of our life. I don't know about anyone else, but I have my work emails on my phone because I have anxiety where I need to see what I'm walking into that day. I like to be patched in all the time. That's not healthy either, but it is so constant. You are always you always have this information coming at you, and you do get this just exhaustion down to your bone where you're just like, I need to switch off. I need to stop. And at the moment, I really feel that in the luxury community. It's just another collection. It's just another product. It's just another handbag. It's just another something else. There's always the next thing coming, and you just get tired. And these are all first world problems. I understand much, much bigger problems in the world, but I'm interested in the conversation. Do fashion houses need to move back to, you know, even just 6 releases in a year? I mean, that's still a lot, but do they need to move back to that to give the consumer a chance to actually consume, to actually go in and experience their product and actually experience the luxury around that again, instead of then you need to pre-order, you need to get in spurts, you need to haven't even looked at the product yet, but you've got to get it because it's coming out, and then we're going to do the next thing, and then it's like, let's just breathe. Can we just move back to 6 collections in a year? You know, maybe the odd capsule collection. Is that something that fashion houses need to look at, that these luxury houses really need to look at? Or is this just going to get worse because the next generation after me experience have grown up in this culture where it is so constant that they wouldn't know what to do if it wasn't. I know for me, certainly with my children, things like streaming services, like they'll say to me, we want to put this on, and if my internet is dropped out or whatever, and I'm like, no, we're going to put the normal TV on, they're like, what do you mean we can't choose what we want? And they're the next generation. So is that luxury house is just going to drive that, and it's more and more and more and more. It's constant. Every day there's a new bag because we've got to cater to this whole generation who is brought up with the now, what's next, and nobody breathes. And then we have all these mental health issues because nobody has any time to breathe or think or just stop and relax. Is that where we're headed? I have real concerns about that, especially when I look at my children. I have real concerns around the now, because if I feel it, and I grew up with it like in my late teens, early 20s, and into my 30s and 40s, and my children are experiencing it from birth, I really worry about mental health in that now environment. So I'm interested. Talk to me in the comments. Tell me how you feel. Are you feeling that we need a reset in the luxury community and we need to go back to, you know, just several collections a year instead of the constantness that we're currently getting? Or do you feel that even if we need that, it's not going to happen anyway, so we just need to suck it up and think more critically about what we're buying and be more considerate in how we consume the information we're being given? So do we need to stop consuming so much of the information? And maybe that will help the fashion houses understand that we don't want to consume as much as we are, that we do need more time between collections, that we do need to see less rather than more sometimes. I'm interested. Get involved in the comments. I really want to have a conversation about this. I think it's important to understand how people are feeling about it. If you've liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. It means a lot to a content creator when you hit that subscribe button. Please also hit the little bell notification so you know when I've uploaded videos, which is usually 3 times a week. I'll also throw up my Instagram handle so you can come follow me over there. I put lots up in real time, lots around my collection and my day-to-day life, so please come follow me there. I hope wherever you are in the world today, you are having a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.